look, the vulnerability that you're displaying, Muneeb, is just fantastic in terms of, and I think a lot of leaders today are not willing to remove that mask.
Yeah.
Of that's so glued to their face that unfortunately it's almost impossible for them to remove. One of the experiences that I usually share is that, and I'm so glad that you were open to coaching and soundboarding, because when we start talking at executive level coaching, there's a huge resistance because I've arrived, I know what I want to do. And in all fairness, it's not a bad thing.
Yes.
It just means that we want to create a safe space for people to have a soundboard. So obviously, Evolve has offered you a soundboard. Talk a bit about that journey. How did it feel to be coached? How did it feel to have a soundboard? And how do we break the back of this understanding that I don't need to be coached?
Yeah. I think the buzzword in this answer is going to be honesty.
Yeah.
If you're not honest to yourself, any coaching session is going to be a failure. I mean, if you do not accept what the coach is actually telling you, he can tell you all the truth or all the falsehood, but if you're not honest to yourself, you're not going to move an inch. I mean, that has been my success story, and that has been the success story of also people I have coached, is that you can give as much guidance, as much coaching as you can. Till the time the other person is not willing to adapt and willing to be coached, there's nothing you can do about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do 50% of the job. The 50% of the job is in the receiver's hands, right? And I think, as I said, it's just all about honesty. I mean, in terms of my leadership style as well.
Yeah.
Many people question me that you're too close to your people. And as they say, that executive level, we tend to put on a mask of unemotionalness and not showing our face and being subtle and having certain postures. I personally don't believe in that. I think the closer you are to your team, the closer you would actually hear the concern and the more agile you're going to be. I mean, you obviously still give space to the right people to make the decisions, but knowing what's going on at the ground level, these are two different things.
Yeah, and the interesting part is you have a high influx of Millennial and Generation Z in your organization. And the greater need is to work very closely to management. And actually, they have a big problem with the word leadership in itself, and we've explored that a lot. What are some of the things that you've put in place to help, and I think you've touched on it, working very closely with your teams to manage teams in this generation, Millennials and Z?
Yeah, I think one thing which I'm still trying to overcome and dealing with Millennials and Gen Zs is that flexibility.
Yeah.
You yourself as a leader have to be flexible. If you're not flexible, trust me, you're having the wrong audience, then a wrong staff. Then it's better to hire people who are in their older age, of 50 plus, right? So if you want to hire Gen Zs and Gen X, yourself have to be very flexible. You have to let it go. There will be days where they don't want to work. There will be days where they will show up late. There will be days where they don't want to be led, right? So these days, just show flexibility, just show concern and empathy, and then simple, you have their buy-in. Yeah.